So if you've had the deck a while now, you've probably gotten used to changing a few settings to suit you. And I've done a I've done a video already about settings that I would change. And I've got a few more now, just to make things a little bit easier for us parents. Some are, I think, quite essential, especially with the travel season coming up, where lots of us are probably going to be going away, and we're not always going to have fantastic Wi-Fi. So one of the first ones I've made a list here, so bear with me, is the pre-flight launch ritual. So that's going to help us beat any DRM from game launchers. So the night before you travel, you want to launch every game you plan to play while connected to your home Wi-Fi. And that is going to allow you to pass any hidden launcher checks. And so what you want to do, load them up, and then once they hit the main menu, all the games that you've played, go to the settings in the Steam Deck, internet, and then you're going to click enter offline mode before you leave the house. So hopefully that will avoid any headaches with DRM launchers. There's nothing worse than being 30,000 feet up in the air and going to, like, yes, I'm excited to play this game. You go and boot it up and you can't because of DRM. You need to go through the launcher. So do that first, okay? Another one linked to Wi-Fi is to disable Wi-Fi power management. Again, go into settings, system. You want to enable developer mode for this one, okay? Scroll down to the developer tab, and then on the left menu, you want to find enable Wi-Fi power management mode. And you're going to turn it off, okay? So this stops any random download drops, and it's going to improve local streaming stability for yourself. The next two recommendations are through Decky Loader. So if you don't know what Decky Loader is, it's a plugin that you'll get via download. Go into desktop mode, download it from the website. I'll leave a link in the description. And it allows you, like I said, to get plugins. So it might be to change theme of your Steam Deck, game art, you can allow you to add music, it can allow you to adjust the brightness of the screen, allow you to use your AirPods with the Steam Deck. But these two I can find they're really useful for parents. So one that I've mentioned on the channel before is Proton DB. So think of it like Steam Deck verification 2.0. Steam Deck verification is good. It allows us to say that, yeah, this game's going to run on the deck. But with Proton DB, it gets real world user feedback and it'll display it on the screen. So there's rankings. We have platinum, so it runs excellently. It's native, gold, silver, bronze. And like I mentioned in my Star Wars Battlefront video, on Steam Deck, verified, it is unsupported. But thanks to Proton DB, I could see that it was supported. I think it was a gold rating, and it played. So sometimes you might be on the fence about getting a game, and then you'll see Steam Deck's verification says unsupported, so you might not risk it. But Proton DB really does fix that. So I definitely recommend that as an essential plugin. Another plugin which is great for us parents is How Long to Beat. So How Long to Beat is going to be a little badge, and it's going to inject the completion time onto the game info page. So we know if we have time to get our teeth into that RPG. Are we really going to buy an RPG that's going to take 40 hours, 50 hours to complete? I don't know. It's up to you. You might have that time now. But it's definitely something to add to your Steam Deck. Next one is matching your refresh rate of your screen to the FPS cap. So you're going to press the performance. You're going to press the three-dot button on the right-hand side of the deck. You're going to go to Performance tab, and then you go down to Use Per Game Profile. And if you're not using Per Game Profile, you're really missing a trick to maximize battery life on the Steam Deck. So what you want to do, for heavy games on the LCD deck, you're going to lock the slider to 40 Hertz and 40 FPS, okay? That is a trick there. And then for the OLED deck, you want to lock it to 45 Hertz and 45 FPS. So this gives us good smoothness, better than 30, and or say better, a lot better than 30, and it will dramatically help increase our battery life when playing it. Ideal for when we are traveling away, you know, if we're on the plane, on a boat, out and about. You know, we need to extend our battery life. Okay, 2 new easy tweaks to add here. Okay, very easy and very simple. So, the instant 2-button brightness tweak. So what normally you might be guilty of it, I definitely was, is that if I needed to change the brightness of the Steam Deck, I'd press the 3 buttons button, the 3-dot button, I'd go down to settings, brightness, and I'd adjust it there, left and right. But you don't have to do that anymore. All you want to do is you need to press the Steam button, and then you're going to push your left stick up or down, and that is going to adjust the brightness of the screen in-game. So Steam button, and then you're going to flip the left joystick up to go brighter, down to go darker. Dead easy, dead intuitive. So check that one out. That is brilliant. Okay, what else have I got? So another fantastic tip to have is turning off the screen while downloading large games. So if you're downloading a massive title, maybe like Forza Horizon 6, Red Dead Redemption 2, you're not going to want to be leaving your screen on, especially if you have an OLED. So the tip for you is to go into settings on deck and find downloads or power, I think it is, and then it's going to say enable background downloads or downloads will sleep. And basically this is just going to allow you to download any games in the background. So you download it, you press the battle button, a little message pop on the screen saying, do you want to continue downloading this game in sleep mode? And then the Steam Deck will turn off after that. Press yes, the game will download in the background, and it's in sleep mode, and you're not going to waste any screen time on that. What else have we got? A good one. Tighten up your joystick responsiveness. Now, this one was a new one to me. So I know that in settings we can adjust our joystick dead zone. Not that I've really touched it all that much, but Valve left the joystick dead zones pretty wide just to help when shipping the Steam Deck to prevent stick drift. So what we're going to do, you're going to go to settings, controller, calibration, and advanced settings. And you're going to lower both stick dead zones from the stock 8,000 down to 2,000 or 3,000 for instant snappy aiming and moving. It might take some tweaking to find your personal preference, but it will make a difference if you're playing those shooter games. Battlefront 2, Doom. Okay, so check that out. Yeah, those are some tips that I've been using. Those are some tips. Those are some of the stuff that I've been using quite a bit recently on the deck. So have you got any extra settings that you could maybe share with this community? What's worked really well for you on the deck? Make things easier for you. So, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. It's free if you can. Fantastic, thank you very much. And until next time, see you later.